Hi guys, I've decided to bring you an update, this time in English because I'm trying to reach out to more people. And I've decided to make this video because this is a critical point in the Bitcoin chart. And what do we have here? We have a daily uptrend, okay? And in an uptrend, you always expect to make higher lows and higher highs. But the thing is that we are getting several bearish signals. The most significant for me are these oscillators. We got the stochastics that are crossing down right now with divergence. You got the RSI divergence, and you got the MACD divergence. That only means that oscillators are making lower highs and lower lows, while the price makes higher highs and higher lows. And that usually means that this move is running out of fuel and will probably get a lower low. If the RSI closes below 50, you know what that means, right? You gotta hear a couple of fake outs that didn't really get followed through and just reverse. But if it in fact starts going below 50, below 40, you can see what that means. Here, and here, the price just dumps with the RSI below 40 or 50. It starts going lower. You can get a couple of fake outs. Like over here, you just get a small move and a reversal, but usually it means weakness. Here in the MACD, you are preaching accelerating momentum to the downside, and if you get another red day or a bigger daily close, preferably below 47k, below these trend lines, you will most likely get a red candle that goes lower than this last lower candle, and if the MACD is making a lower low, the price will soon follow with a lower low below this low. Targets for the downside for me are this 43.5 zone, and then the strongest support is right around 40k. These moving averages will probably converge through here if the price dumps. We can still continue, and another clear bearish signals is the decreasing volume with a big pump and less volume. Less and less people are buying throughout the pump, and that's not what you want to see. If you want to see continuation, you want to see increasing volume. Let me show you an example. Something that has pumped very hard in the last couple of weeks. Solana. Here you see clear volume increasing as it progresses to all-time highs. And yeah, even though volume was kind of weak over here, when you get that big, that first spike, you know that the breakout is real, and the continuation soon will follow. So, looking at this in the daily, there's no volume. You got downside pressure from the price is already making a slight curve. If you can see that, maybe in the weekly, you can see that the green candles are getting smaller, and you starting to get a red candle. Probably will get a correction. I mean, in the daily time frame, the next target for me would be right around this 55k zone of resistance, and that's a possibility if we hold support as we are doing now in these last couple of touches of 48k. we can make a support on this trend line, and in the 4-hour time frame can make a small flag and continue to go higher, will most likely make new highs and probably continue this trajectory until 55k. The thing is that I don't really believe that we have the strength yet because of weekly momentum. You can see that it's much lesser than what we had over here in this big wave 3. So the thing is that even if we reach 55k, I think it will retrace very soon after reaching it. So that's why I'm not really worried about getting this pump, because I'm very confident that it will soon retrace if it does get there. And the thing is that if I'm looking for this up move, but I also think that the price can go down drastically, like to these levels and probably to these levels even. You can see that's not a really good risk to reward for trading the daily time frame at least. And yeah, one thing I should add to the video is the Bitcoin dominance chart. This is very interesting. You see that the price is not completely breaking down yet. It is finding some support over here. And the thing is that if this breaks up, because oscillators are already going, offering some support in the oversold area, of course, and even though that this looks like a continuation pattern, I wouldn't be very surprised that it gives another try to this area of resistance, completing a bigger correction here, and finally resuming its weekly downtrend to the downside. And if you have been looking for these charts for some time, you can easily tell what 5.5% move or a 5.5 or a 5.5% increase, not percent increase, but increase in Bitcoin dominance percentage. You know what that means to the Bitcoin price, and it will very likely, if that happens, materialize in a dump. So yeah, I'm not going into altcoins. We can look at Ethereum. Here you can see that even though the uptrend is still intact, you are getting the same signals, the same divergences. You can see that momentum is accelerating to the downside here in the daily time frame in the Ethereum chart. You can see MACD accelerating to the downside, and that normally means a dump or a negative price action. You can see here that we are way behind in terms of weekly momentum in order to make higher highs, which would mean a break to all-time highs and continuation. If we are going to get all-time highs, and even if we go test 55k, I think that we'll get a very significant correction, daily or possibly weekly correction, that will make me very confident that we'll in fact break all-time highs. I won't get FOMO VIN because it has pumped to 55k. I will wait for a big correction, and not even then buying the lows because it can continue lower. And I'm actually looking for a move to 40k, possibly lower. This uptrend has been so strong that I don't know if we can can break this 40k level only if maybe some news come out, some panic happens, and people start selling aggressively. Otherwise, I think it's difficult to break 40k, even though that would be a very good opportunity. But don't get me wrong, lower lows on the daily are very much possible, and that would complete a very big correction. And I would be very happy to buy Bitcoin below 30k. That's a real possibility, but I will take it piece by piece and one wave at a time. And right now we are at a critical point because the next move will probably tell us what the expected direction for the next couple of weeks might be. If we hold support over here and continue climbing, I'm looking for 55 and then a big correction. If we break down right now, I'm looking for a much bigger correction. That will take some time, and will actually give a good opportunity with lower prices. So, because in the weekly, I'm sure of if you watch my videos, you all should know that my perspective is that we will keep making all-time highs in the following years. But the thing is that if you can see, when we have a big correction, the price doesn't just immediately go up. It will go up, it will make a big correction, will go up, big correction. This correction is not even yet in all-time highs, then it breaks to all-time highs. It dumps, it goes up, it has a big correction. This is more of a daily correction over here, only 5 weeks or 6. But yeah, you need that correction to confirm a breakout. You have a big dump, you need a correction, a big correction, another weekly correction, and then you can finally break. After many of these, you can finally break to all-time highs. Same thing over here. Even here, you had these big consolidation patterns that made me very bullish at the time. And if I see another big correction maintaining an horizontal shape, like accumulation, without making not an impulse to the downside, but after this impulse to the upside, consolidating those gains, that's the most bullish signal, and that will mean that we'll go to all-time highs with a very big likelihood. Right now that's not the case. We can still go lower, we can still make a lower low, and we can still pump a little bit more. So yeah, I hope that all made sense. I hope that this wasn't too complicated, but we are in a kind of complex moment in the price action. So yeah, I hope that was helpful to you guys, and please make your own decisions and take your time to make investment, to take investment into practice. Don't get yourself carried away, and I hope I help you in that journey. So yeah, happy trading and investing.